This morning we only have one session, but it's going to be a little bit more packed than the other sessions that we have had the previous 2 days.
He is highly motivated, well educated, and created a researcher with a practical experience of the working as a lecturer.
Number one is the mystery is river of the world. Then number is the result of what we humans do to each other. And this is getting worse. What makes them do it or make it worse? And then anger, then it followed by the anger. And mindfulness cannot go alone. That's why it's explained together with its 3 associates. From the Buddhist perspective, anger is said to be one of the roots of the ego, and the Bible meant us to evoke an unwholesome way and harmony within oneself and with others, basing on the mind. Therefore, the mind which arises in association with the vision of a human race and is the descent and dignity, not being led by it, or not the English word which is a counterpart in absence-minded. The presence of mindfulness makes. So how to work with the external object or the angry mind? So if we are really mindful, we can find that it arises depending on another things in bodily action, but he may be pure by recollecting the pure nature of the marble action.
To combine modern findings and research and also text, I have a couple of comments. One is you refer to those as anger. I think in these discussions we need to make a distinction between those and hope, because to my understanding those is more basic, but and then hope and kupita as the more activated state of mind. Then I think the discussion becomes clearer. And also in the page 3 you refer to this human cannot arise itself but basing on the mind. I think there is some kind of what philosophers call category mistake here, because consider that there is mind over and
getting rid of angry or angry mind. So if you cannot forgive, then the angry mind keeps on happening in your mind. So forgiveness also we have to practice. It belongs to all, and also okay.
Okay, yeah, no, thank you. It's a kind of before in 1950 in the young he graduated from the Rangoon Institute of the Technology and was confirmed that he is an engineer.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. The most venerable was distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and all the friends who are present here in this hall. Today I am going to discuss about the dealing with emotions in Buddha's teaching. So they are only feeling. So it is emotion stems out from the feelings. And typically accompanied by philosophical or physiological and behavioral changes in the body. So when one is angered, maybe he will shout, or he will just raise his hands or with twisted hands. There are also some and unstable state of the mind.
Thank you very much for Siaji Lam for your very well presentation. Okay, then I would like to invite on this video. Okay, yeah.
Very much. Just 2 or 3 points. So I have been reading all these years. Can you hear me? I have over the years been working on the sutras. In fact, my book is basically material used from the sutras to describe emotions and their nature. And reasons. On page 2, you refer to boredom as a positive emotion. Now, I find that everything else is fine. The boredom is not a positive emotion.
This is just a mistake. So there's no boredom in this PowerPoint. So you should take it.
Yeah, because really, and I have over the years developed this mindfulness-based emotion focused and now.
So my question is very simple. So I have seen, according to your classifications of the intensity of the emotions, so you refer to red color as angry or something like this. Is it a range according to the intensity of the range of white color, VIBGYOR. The 7 color composed of white color, This is violet. The last one is red, VIBGYOR, according to physics.
Yes. This one. Also, I will leave out the white one because it is nothing to do with that. When the mind is purified, you can present it for white. It is not to be mixed with the emotions. So we thank you very much because you are great scientists. And just of this one, just to make the presentation, I have in mind that something's mixing.
Yeah, thank you. Before I come, the one is very surprising. They have invented brain pacemaker. Yeah, they said, but I don't know. So as long as we know that anatomically the emotion is in the limbic system of pacemaker for positive mind or etc. Hopefully psychology in this aspect.
Thank you very much. So actually it is out of the scope of my paper, but I will try to solve this one. Because when there are many researchers in America, when one is practicing meditation, the beta breathe like that, just breathe. This is one point, another point. Then they are not equal times. Then for that girl, it's an enemy. Their anger will rushing him. This is what I mean is that even according to the Buddhist Abhidhamma, even though there is art and this object, the same object, then there will
taking this view. If this is the case, I think I have an alternative view. I think as a living being, we cannot get rid of emotion totally. What we do is we transform 7 factors of enlightenment. We are talking about enlightenment level. Pity is an emotion. Pity is emotion. So even enlightened person like Buddha and Arahant, they also have emotion. So this is what I think, and I'd like to hear your view. Thank you.
So because it is the mind is composed of the Chitta, the Chitta. When there's a mind, there will be also the mental factors. They are still remains. But when I talk about this, when you can remove means, it is said, as everybody knows that, when one becomes Arahant, once mind is not afflicted, even though...
Professor Asinka. Yeah.
I think here the problem is This is a classic example where we try to, of course, I think all of us are guilty of this, because we borrow a structure, one structure, and then we try and fit into the Buddhist material into it. I think this, as Venerable Dhammasami pointed out, this has to be our long-term research goal, because now when we take the term emotion from Western psychology and then we define it as unstable state of mind. Now, of course, that is simply because we have borrowed this term and trying to put our stuff into it. I think this is a good indication that we Buddhist psychologists will have to really ultimately come up with our own structure and all these things, and our mind is also ultimately become unstable. So I think the problem, I think this question leads us to orient our research into a different direction. Thank you.
So thank you. Whatever Xiao has pointed out that, so they are maybe the emotions as well. But as Xiao has pointed out, that we can transform them to make it.
Okay, I would like to invite respectfully Xiaji who take on. Okay. Yangon and changed over to layman life. He joined the Yangon University and continued his studies for master degree, majoring in physics. And in 1954, the government sent him to the USA. At the Florida State University, he studied meteorology and received as a degree. He came back to Myanmar in 1956 and joined the Department of the Meteorology, worked as a meteorologist for 32 years. At the present day, he has been giving lectures to the graduate and postgraduate classes. At the same time, he is giving lectures on Buddha's teaching at the Harvard Training School to the people who has also been giving lectures on Buddha's teaching and meditation, and mentally in the Yangon alternatively sense. Okay.
We call it a new approach to Buddha's teaching and meditation. What actually new approach is, now we will show that, see, we have very wide range of meditation, but in one we have starting with the Kaya Nupassana Kammatthana. See, Kaya Nupassana means we are observing and train our mind, looking at our physical body, especially inside organs. So we know that this is my body, this is my mind. But actually, when we see reality of our body, if I see in these pictures, you will know that this body is, although we think our body, but this is working by itself. So we should some pictures of body. Yeah. So this is part of our the bone and head and neck. So we see the real nature of our faces. So as you see the picture, this is the bone of our head, and all these are part of the upper part of the body. So we can observe this. This is for the purpose of the meditation. See, this is the Rupa-Rupana, reality of this body, Kaya Nupassana. So we see that this head is the external feature of the head, our face. Now, enormous part of this body. This is the bone. The bone is the nature of the basic structure of this body. So we see that the feature as well as the shape and the color and all are quite different from the external feature of human face. So when we are trying to know about, to consider about reality of our body, this is another thing. Over the bone, these are the muscles. Muscles are covering this upper part of that. So we see now that these are the same but different position, and we see that the nerves and the muscles and this nature of the face. Now this is the tongue. This is the tongue, and this is the sensory organ. This is another form, the middle part of our body, and some under the head. See, we have the these are the autonomic nervous system of neck, and these nerves are also working by itself. So we see now internal position of our body. This is the middle part of our body, and then spinal cord and ribs, and then the muscles. So this is the body of our Rubekanda. So when we are observing this reality, real feature of inside of the body, we see the color, we see the shape, and then we see the position. So now we visualize reality of the physical body. Now this is the upper part of this body. Inside, we see the main part of the heart. The heart is also that. And then this is this is the heart. So this is the main part of this physical body for the function and for supporting life, blood circulation. Yeah. This is the lungs. The two pairs of lungs inside the neck. See, they are also working all the time. So for respiration, main organ is this part. So this is also the other view, the same part, but we remove all these things. This is the inside of the chest. Yeah, this is the heart and lungs. Both are the same, and both are working together. So we can study these. So primary arteries and veins. Then heart and interior exposure. This is the heart and inside. There are the blood vessels. See, these are the main blood vessels as well as the external view of the heart. Yeah, this is also the heart in the other way. This is inside view of the heart, and then there are 4 chambers of heart, and left one and right one, 2 and the left, 2 and the right. They are working all the time. This is the eye, cross-sectional view of the eye, and then this is the pupil. This is the door to let light in through the eyes. This is the aqueous. This is the lens. This is also the same view of the eye, and these are the muscles. The muscles are controlling whole eye to change the position and to focus on the object. So this is the same in different view. Yeah, this is the ear, the sensory organ. Yeah, this is the outer ear as well as the middle ear and inner ear, cochlea, and so on. So we can see inside view of the ear. This is also the ear and other parts. This is the brain in our head. The brain is the most important organ in our body. So this is also the brain. This is the brain and heart, left and right. This is the other view of brain. Now these are the sensory organs in the brain, how they are connected by the sensory nerves. And this is the kidney and the blood vessels and also inside the womb. This is the liver, the surface of the liver. And this is the stomach, spleen. This is the stomach and duodenum. Yeah. The arteries in small intestine. The veins in small intestine. Yeah. Portal veins and tributaries. These are internal organs of the lower part of this body. Yeah, when we are seeing these, we know that our body is made up of all these organs. Now I will show you that this is the anatomical version of these pictures. So to be able to visualize, see, you get the Kaya Anupasana. This is the color of the organ, the position of the organ, the shape of the organ. And so this is the reality of our body, mind body. So I am thinking this body is very good and very beautiful. But actually when we see inside each other, we see reality. See? So this is the nature of our meditation. This is called Kaya Anupasana. Now, we will show again. Yeah. The respiration. Yeah. Heart. This is the heart. Heart is really pumping blood to the whole body vessels. Yeah. The heart. So, although we know heart is working continuously. Now, we know heartbeat. Now, this is the number of times the heartbeat is at least generally 70 times per minute. See that? The heart is beating 70 times per minute. So 4,200 times per hour. See, the heart is beating. And then as for the 24 hours, 100,000 plus 800 times of heartbeat every day. So it's working like this. Every heartbeat, the heart squeeze out 2 and 2.5 ounces of blood. See that? For each time. So within 24 hours, more than 100,000 times. So when we are able to collect the blood pump out from the small little heart, exactly the measure, see, 2,000 gallons of blood are pumping out by this small heart. So you can imagine that the heart, really a small one, made up of the tissue, but they are working more than man-made machine. See that? Every 24 hours pumping out 2,000 gallons of blood to be alive. You see the point? Now, when we are trying to concentrate on the reality, one is the anatomical portion, the other is physiological. Physiological is now I'm explaining that heart is pumping blood to get the whole body. Our body is made up of cells. Cells are more than trillions of cells are composing this whole body. Bone cell, heart cell, muscle cell, brain cell, and so on and so forth. See, all these cells need the heart, the nutrient of food, at the same time blood, and at the same time oxygen. So these are supplied by blood. Blood is supplied by this heart machine. See that? So how we are alive, what is actually doing, not I, ego or I is quite different from the reality, because no, I cannot do to beat the heart 100,000 times every day. Said if the people is living 70 years, more than 55 millions of blood already circulated throughout our body. Now, I got a very little time, so just only I like to tell that. See, this is a new approach. See, seeing our body reality and understanding the nature of the body. So when we meditate, now we realize that the reality of our body is like this, not the same as our ego impression. See that? This is the point, see, to differentiate between two kinds of body. So our imagination and our attachment to this body is only external feature. See that? But when we look through the skin and inside body and working, so that will be reality of life. So by way of meditation, we can see our nature. So this is the new approach to Buddha teaching as well as new approach to meditation. So we have very wide range of the scope to tell you about the Buddhist way of meditation and the Buddha's teaching. But anyhow, we have very short time. Thank you very much for listening to this short lecture.
Thank you very much, Siaji, for your explanation. Well, it's very able to practice meditation, especially Karanupassana Satipatthana. Yeah, thank you. Now I would like to next speaker, the last speaker of this session, Siaji Dr. Itbmu. Siaji Dr. Min, professor in Yangon University and Monash University for 36 years.
And the nuns and the my friends, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very glad today to present to you a paper for meditation on mindfulness are described in the two Satipatthana Suttas, in which this weighty proclamation is made. So you can see in intelligent words, the only way that leads to the attainment of purity of the mind and to the realization of Nibbana is the way comprising these two conditions of mindfulness. Now in Sipatthana Sutta, the Citta Nupassana is described as follows. O Bhikkhus, how does a man live in contemplation of consciousness? He knows the consciousness, those accompanied with the China Medha, which is inactive, that makes the mind inactive. Number 8, you should be aware of distracted consciousness. That means it is Uddhacca Moha Mula Citta. And then in number 9, develop consciousness, mundane consciousnesses. And then in number 11, you should be aware of subpersonal consciousness, they call Sakuttara Citta. Again, they refer to mundane consciousness, the sense-sphere consciousnesses.
Dakar ini